The Senators have lost. The Red Wings and Jackets have won. And are the Canucks not guaranteed a playoff spot at this point in time? We'll look at all of the game recaps from our past couple of days as we get back into NHL action after the Four Nations break. We'll go to all this coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Hockey Channel. Now before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. Thank you for all your support. We never will do without you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. And don't forget to comment down in the comment section below so you can always listen to this video. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to stay tuned for March 7th. We're having our live trade deadline video over on March 7th at 11:30ish Mountain Time. So don't forget to stay tuned for that. But in today's video, we're doing another game recap video. Lots of intriguing games happened. 14 games happened over on Saturday, 10 games happened yesterday over on Sunday, so we'll touch on all these games here and how they affected the standings. So first, we saw Minnesota Wild overcome a 2-goal deficit, scored 3 unanswered goals, including this goal here from Marco Rossi, and all Sportsnet, but Rossi was able to get the overtime winner as Wild would surge back and beat the Detroit Red Wings in overtime 4-3, as they've won 3 straight and improved to 34-19-4, while the Red Wings have a point in 9 of 10, but do fall to 28-22-6 on the year, so bad loss there from Detroit. Had the lead and a chance to get a very massive point, but blew it. For the Wild, Rossi got the O2 winner and Boldy both had a goal and an assist. Johansson had 2 assists, and Foligno and Hinostroza both also scored for Wild in the win, while DeBrincat, Larkin, and Raymond all had a goal and an assist for Red Wings in the loss. So it was a bad loss there from Detroit, but Minnesota comes away on top. Then we saw the Philadelphia Flyers score 5 of the last 6 goals and doubled up the Edmonton Oilers 6-3, as they have a point in 3 of 4 and improved to 25-26-7, while the Oilers have lost 4 of 6 and fall to 34-18-4. So that's a bad loss there for Edmonton as they falter at the hands of Philadelphia and lose in bad fashion. For the Flyers, Couturier who had a goal and 2 assists, and Mishkov who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Tippett scored twice, Ristolainen had a goal and an assist, and Kuzmenko scored a as a Flyer, also scored for Flyers in the win, while Draisaitl and Klingberg, who had his first as an Oiler, both had a goal and an assist, and Ekholm also scored for the Oilers in the loss. It was a really intriguing game, a really high scoring game. Oilers had a lead at 1 point, but completely blew it, and Flyers come away with the victory in this one, keeping pace for a playoff spot. Then we saw the Washington Capitals score 5 unanswered goals and put up a converted touchdown on the Pittsburgh Penguins, beating them 8-3, as the Capitals have a 7-game point streak and improved to 37-11-8, while Penguins have lost 6 of 9, fall to 23-26-9, and continue to falter in the playoff race. For the Capitals, Dubois had 3 assists, Chikrin scored twice, Ferrari and Dume both had a goal and an assist, Sandin, Roy, and Radish all had 2 assists, and Strome, Protest, Wilson, and Frank also scored for Capitals in the win, while Tomasino had 2 assists, and Letang, Crosby, and Heinen, who scored his first back with the Pittsburgh Penguins, were 3 goal scorers for the Penguins in the loss. It was an intriguing game there. The Capitals put up 8 on Pittsburgh and keep their point streak going. Then we saw Buffalo Sabres open up a 5-goal lead and destroyed the New York Rangers 8-2. Another team who put up an 8 spot on Saturday, as the Sabres have won 5 of 6 and improved to 23-27-5, while the Rangers have lost 5 of 8 and fall at 27-25-4. So a bad loss there from the Rangers. For the Sabres, Dahlin, who had 2 goals and an assist, Thompson had a goal and 2 assists, and Zucker, who had 3 assists, all had 3-point nights. McLeod scored twice, and Quinn and Jokiharju both also scored for the Sabres in the win, while JT Miller had 2 assists, and Kranz and Zibanejad were 2 goal scorers for the Rangers in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Sabres scored 5 first-period goals, built up a huge lead, and destroyed the Rangers, which put a dent into the Rangers' playoff chances. Then we saw the Nashville Predators scored 2 unanswered goals and came from behind to beat Colorado 2-1, as they improved to 28-28-7, dropping the Avalanche to 33-23-2. For the Predators, Baron and Marchessault were 2 goal scorers, and Cyrus stopped 31-32 shots he faced in the win for Nashville, while Malinsky was a lone goal scorer for the Avalanche in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there. Predators come away with the victory in that one. Then we saw Seattle Kraken blow a lead but recovered and beat the Florida Panthers 2-1, as they have a point in 4 of 6 games and improved to 25-29-4, while the Panthers fall 34-21-3 on the year. So a bad loss there from Florida in a really close game. For the Kraken, Wright had 2 assists, Kakko and McCann were 2 goal scorers, and Decord stopped 26-27 shots he faced in the win for Seattle, while Louis Strino was the only goal scorer for Florida in the loss. It was an intriguing game there and a really tightly contested one. Florida at one point thought they had a lead, but was called back due to goaltender interference. The Kraken would get the go-ahead goal Montreal and keep their slim playoff hopes alive as they beat Florida. Then we saw Dallas Stars open up a 2-goal lead and held on to beat the New Jersey Devils 4-2, as they have a 3-game point streak, have won 7 of 9, and improved to 36-18-2, while the Devils fall to 31-21-6 on the year. So a bad loss there for New Jersey, taking a little bit of a stumble in the Metro Division. For the Stars, Duchesne and Johnston both had a goal and an assist, and O'Donnell and Harley both also scored for Stars in the win, while Jack Hughes scored both goals, and Hamilton and Bratt both had 2 assists for Devils in the loss. So it was a bad loss there from Jersey as they lose ground in the Metro. Then we saw the Columbus Blue Jackets open up a 2-goal lead, never look back, and beat the Blackhawks 5-1 as the Jackets have ended their 4-game losing streak and improved to 27-22-8. Big win there for the Jackets in the playoff race, while the Hawks have lost 5 of 6, had their 3-game point streak end, and fall 17-32-7 on the year. So a bad loss there from Chicago. For the Blue Jackets, Werenski had 3-point night, goal, 2 assists. Johnson scored twice. Voronkov and Sillinger both had 2 assists, and Fantilli and Matejchuk both also scored, with Merzlikins stopping 27-28 shots he faced in the win for CBJ, while Smith was the only goal scorer for the Blackhawks in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Jackets opened up a decent enough lead and cruise controlled to the victory, getting closer to a playoff spot. Then a very massive game for both teams. We saw the Anaheim Ducks take a 2-0 lead over the Boston Bruins. Blew it. Bruins forced overtime, but in overtime, thanks to this goal here from Leo Carlson, was created Sportsnet, the Anaheim Ducks will get the massive extra point to keep their playoff hopes alive and take down the Boston Bruins 3-2 in overtime, as they have won 4 straight 7 of 8 and improved to 25-24-6, while the Bruins have lost 3 straight 5 of 7 and fall at 27-24-7. Bad loss there from Boston. For the Ducks, Carlson had a goal, the OT winner, and an assist. Lacombe had 2 assists, and Zegras and Bertrand both also scored for Ducks in the win, while Lohrei had 2 assists, and Lindholm and Geekie were 2 goal scorers for Bruins in the loss. So Bruins are at least able to get a point, which is massive in their playoff race, but they do wind up losing the extra point to the Anaheim Ducks. Then we saw Winnipeg Jets overcome a late deficit and came from behind to beat the St. Louis Blues 4-3 in a shootout, as they have won a franchise-setting 9-game win streak and improved to 40-14-3, while the Blues have lost 7 of 9 and fall 25-26-6. So a bad loss there from St. Louis. For the Jets, Velarde scored twice, Perfetti had 2 assists, Ehlers also scored in regulation, and Connor was the only shield goal scorer for the Jets in the win, while Thomas, who had 2 goals and 8 assists, and Buchnevich, who had a goal and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights for the Blues in the shootout loss. So it was an intriguing game there. Blues almost won this game, but the Jets came back and they got the extra point to extend their winning streak. Then we saw the Toronto Maple Leafs open up a 4-goal lead, nearly blew it, but held on and were able to come away with a 6-3 victory over Carolina, as they have won 4 of 5 and improved to 34-20-2, while the Hurricanes have lost 4 of 5 and fall to 33-20-4. So a really good win there for Toronto to keep ahead of the Florida Panthers in the Atlantic Division race. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, Holmberg had 3.8, 2 goals, 8 assists. Steves, who scored his first career NHL goal, and Tavares both had a goal and 8 assists. Nylander had 2 assists, and Matthews and Kampf both also scored for the Leafs in the win, while Gosselin and Svechnikov both had a goal and 8 assists, and Slavin also scored for the Hurricanes in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there. Hurricanes almost came back to tie it, but they fall short, and the Leafs do come away with the victory. Then we saw the Montreal Canadiens blow a 2-goal lead, but recovered and took down the Ottawa Senators, scoring 3 unanswered goals, beat them 5-2, as the Canadiens have their 3-game losing streak end and fall at 26-26-5, while the Senators have lost 4 straight and fall at 29-24-4, and their playoff chances are taking a major hit right now. For the Canadians, Gallagher had a goal and 8 assists, Suzuki had 2 assists, and Caulfield, Anderson, Slavkovsky, and Laine also scored for the Canadians in the win, while Stützle, who was the one bright spot in that Senators game, had a goal and 8 assists, and Sanderson also scored for the Senators in the win. So it was an intriguing game there, a must-need win for Montreal keeping their playoff chances, and they do get the victory. Then we saw the LA Kings score 3 unanswered goals and came from behind to beat the Utah Hockey Club 5-3, as they have a 3-game point streak improved to 30-17-7 on the year, while Utah's lost 7 of 10 and fall 24-24-9 on the year. So a bad loss there for Utah as they continue to have slim playoff chances. For the Kings, Fiala had a goal and 8 assists, Dano and Edmondson both had 2 assists, and Louis Laferriere and Anderson also scored for Kings in the win, while Hayton had a hat-trick, his first career hat-trick and the first hat-trick in Utah Hockey Club history, and Schmelz also added 2 assists for the Utah Hockey Club in the loss. So it was a really important game for Utah, given the fact they got a hat-trick, their first career hat-trick in their franchise, but they do take a major hit to their playoff chances. And the final game we saw over on Saturday was between the Golden Knights and the Vancouver Canucks, as the Knights scored 3 unanswered goals and came from behind to beat Vancouver 3-1, as they have won 3 straight and improved to 34-17-6, while the Canucks fall to 26-19-11 on the year. So a bad loss there from Vancouver. also taking a hit in their playoff chances. For the Knights, Howden had 2 assists, Barbashev, Saad, and Hurdle were 3 goal scorers, and Hill stopped 33 of 34 shots he faced in the win for Vegas, while DeBrusk was the lone goal scorer for the Canucks in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Knights do come away with the victory. Those were all the games we saw over on Saturday. Going over to the team we saw over on Sunday. First, we saw the Washington Capitals score 5 unanswered goals and destroy the Edmonton Oilers 7-3 as they have an 8-game point streak and improved to 38, 11, and 8, while the Oilers have lost 3 straight 5-7 and fall to 34, 19, and 4. So a bad loss there from Edmonton. For the Capitals, Ovechkin, who had a hat trick, 3 goals, he's now only 13 away from catching Gretzky. Strome, who had a goal and 2 assists, and Protest, who had 3 assists, all had 3-point nights. Wilson and Churka both had a goal and an assist. Carlson had 2 assists, and McMichael also scored for the Capitals in the win, while Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had a goal and an assist, and Drysdale and Skinner both also scored for the Oilers in the loss. So really great performances back-to-back for the Capitals, putting up 15 goals in those 2 performances, while the Oilers are giving up 13 goals in back-to-back performances. So a bad loss there from Edmonton. Then we saw the New York Rangers score 3 unanswered goals and pulled away to beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-3 as they have won 4 of 6 and improved to 28, 25, and 4. Impressive win and majorly important for the Rangers, while the Penguins have lost 4 of 5, 3 straight, and fell to 23, 27, and 9 on the year. Bad loss there from the Penguins. For the Rangers, Miller scored twice. Fox and VC both had a goal and an assist. Lindgren and Smith both had 2 assists. And Cooley also scored for Rangers in the win, while Shea scored twice. Malkin had a goal and an assist for the Penguins in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Rangers come away with the victory, keeping the Penguins really far out of a playoff spot. Then we saw the St. Louis Blues score 3 unanswered goals and take down the Colorado Avalanche 3-1 as they have a 3-game point streak of putting in 5 of 6 and improved to 26, 26, and 6. Lots of 6s in the St. Louis Blues record right now, while the Avalanche fall to 33, 24, and 2. A bad loss there from Colorado. For the Blues, Kyrou, Falk both had 2 assists. Shen, Holloway, and Parayko were 3 goal scorers, and Binnington stopped 28 of 29 shots he faced in the win for St. Louis, while Taves was the lone goal scorer for the Avalanche in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but a massive win there for St. Louis and for their playoff chances. Then we saw New Jersey Devils open the scoring and shut out the Nashville Predators 5-0 as the Devils have improved to 30 to 21 and 6, dropping the Predators who have lost 7 of 9 to 20, 29, and 7. A bad loss there from Nashville. For the Devils, Hischier had 3 assists. Hamilton had a goal and an assist. Luke Hughes and Bratt both had 2 assists. Casey, Nosen, Palat, and Tatar also scored, and Dawes stopped all 29 shots he faced in the shutout and win for New Jersey. So an impressive performance there from the Devils as they come away with the victory over Nashville. Then we saw Tampa Bay Lightning open up a 3-goal lead and beat the Seattle Kraken 4-1 as they have a 5-game win and 7-game point streak and improved to 32, 20, and 4, while the Kraken have lost 4 of 6 and fall 25, 30, and 4. So bad loss there from Seattle as their playoff hits take another bad step backwards. For the Bolts, Hagel had a goal and an assist, including this beauty of a goal here shorthanded. Real Cascara Sportsnet, but Hagel was able to open the scoring. He had a goal and an assist in this game, and Paul Glendening and Kucherov also scored, with Vasilevsky stopping 26 to 27 shots he faced in the win for Tampa, while Wright was a lone goal scorer for the Kraken in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but Tampa does come away with the victory. Then we saw the Detroit Red Wings blow a 3-goal lead, or at risk of losing back-to-back games after having multi-goal leads, but they recovered, and in overtime, thanks to Patrick Kane, the Detroit Red Wings were able to beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-4 in overtime, as they have a point in 10 of 11 games and improved to 29, 22, and 6, remaining in the first wildcard position. Well, the Anaheim Ducks have their 4-game win streak end, now a point in 5 games straight, but fall to 25, 24, and 7, still keeping around the playoff mix. For Detroit, Kane had a 3-point night, 2 goals including the OT winner and an assist. Casper had a goal and an assist. Raymond had 2 assists, and DeBrincat and Comfort both also scored for Red Wings in the win, while Gauthier scored twice, and Zellweger and Strome both also scored for Ducks in the OT loss. So really resilient effort there from the Ducks to get 1 point, but it was the Red Wings come away with the 2 points. Then we saw the Toronto Maple Leafs score 3 unanswered goals and pulled away to beat the Blackhawks 5-2, as they have won 5 of 6 and improved to 35, 20, and 2, while the Hawks have lost 3 straight, 6 of 7, and fall to 17, 33, and 7. So a bad loss there from Chicago. For the Leafs, Robertson scored twice. Tanev and McCabe both had a goal and an assist. Domi had 2 assists, and Holmberg also scored for the Leafs in the win, while Bertuzzi had 2 assists, and Kurashev and Teravaino were 2 goal scorers for the Hawks in the loss. So it was a bad loss there from Chicago as they falter and lose to Toronto. Next, going over to the Dallas Stars, they broke a tie in the second period and held on to beat the New York Islanders 4-3, as they have won 3 straight, 8 of 10, and improved to 37, 18, 2, and they're climbing in the Central Division, while the New York Islanders have lost 3 straight, 4 of 5, and fall 25, 24, and 7. A bad loss there from the Islanders. For the Stars, Stars Robertson had a hat trick, scoring 3 goals. Duchesne and Hintz both had 2 assists, and Steele also scored for Stars in the win, while Engvall, Palmieri, and Duclair were 3 goal scorers for Islanders in the loss. So it was a bad loss there from NYI as they fall at the hands of the Dallas Stars. Then we saw the Utah Hockey Club break a tie in the 3rd period. Thanks to this goal here from Dylan Guenther. Ronaldo Koskreva Sportsnet, but Guenther was able to get the go-ahead goal, and the Utah Hockey Club would hold on and beat the Vancouver Canucks 2-1 as they won 4 of 6 and improved to 25-24-9, while the Canucks followed 26-20-11. A bad stretch here for the Canucks has them risking playoff elimination, while the Utah Hockey Club is soaring right now and are only a couple points back. For Utah, Keller had 2 assists, Cooley and Guenther were 2 goal scorers, and Vejmelka stopped 14-15 shots he faced in the win for Utah, while DeBrusk was the lone goal scorer for the Canucks in the loss. So a bad loss there for Vancouver as St. Louis had a really good game, but they do fall at the hands of Utah. And then we saw the Calgary Flames break a tie in the 3rd period and held on to beat the San Jose Sharks 3-2 as they've ended their 3-game losing streak and improved to 27-21-8, while the Sharks have lost 5 straight, 11-12, and fall to 15-36-7. So a bad loss there for San Jose as Calgary keeps pace for a playoff spot. For the Flames, Kadri had a goal and an assist, and Hanley, who scored his first as a member of the Calgary Flames, and Rooney both also scored for the Flames in the win, while Toffoli had a goal and an assist, and Celebrini also scored for the Sharks in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Flames come away with the victory. So lots of intriguing games from over the past couple of days. Now going over to quickly see how it affected the standings as it sits right now. So at this current point in time, 5 teams have hit the 70-point plateau, including 1 team was at the 80-point plateau, and that's the 84-point Washington Capitals. Then you have the 72-point Toronto Maple Leafs, 71-point Florida Panthers, and 70-point Hurricanes and Devils. The 68-point Tampa Bay Lightning are currently 3rd in the Atlantic. The 64-point Detroit Red Wings are currently 1st wildcard spot, and the 62-point Ottawa Senators are currently in the 2nd wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Those are 8 teams who will make the playoffs at this point in time. The Columbus Blue Jackets are also at 62 points and have played the same amount of games as Ottawa. So because of tie-breaking procedures, the Senators are ahead of the Jackets. The Jackets are not far behind by any means. The Bruins are currently 1 point back of the Ottawa Senators. The Rangers are currently 2 points back at 60 points. The Islanders, the Canadiens, and the Flyers are all 5 points back with 57 points, and the Penguins are still way behind at 7 points back with 55 points. So still really intriguing races, but teams like Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Montreal, and the Islanders are falling off a little bit, but still, it's intriguing to see that 5 teams are separated by 4 points in the wildcard race. Going over to the Western side, you also have 5 teams who hit the 70-point plateau, including 1 team who's hit the 80-point plateau, and that is the 83-point Winnipeg Jets. Then you have the 76-point Stars, 74-point Golden Knights, 72-point Oilers, and 72-point Wild, who are all also at 70 points or higher. Then you have the 67-point LA Kings in the 3rd spot in the Pacific, the 68-point Colorado Avalanche in the 1st wildcard position, and the 63-point Canucks in the 2nd wildcard position. But now things tighten up in the 2nd wildcard race in the Western Conference, as there's still a ton of teams who have some potentiality of making some runs at a playoff spot. The Flames are 1 point back at 62 points. Utah is 4 points back at only 59 points. St. Louis is 5 points back at 58 points. The Ducks, surprisingly, are only 6 points back at 57 points, and the Kraken are 9 points back at 54 points. So the Kraken are starting to fall a little bit, but Anaheim, St. Louis, Utah, and Calgary still remain within striking distance of a playoff spot. So definitely lots of intriguing things from our past couple days, and the standings do shift accordingly. Still really tight in the Eastern Conference, way more tight than the West, but the West is starting to get a little more tight as of recently as well. So definitely some interesting updates when it comes to the standings and the game recap. So that's all I'm going to talk for today. We're going to tell you this video. If you'd like to subscribe below, thank all your support and with you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below. Like we said, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you haven't already, subscribe down below. It really does help with the channel. I also love to hear your guys' thoughts on all the stuff that was discussed here today. I also have a blog, talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. I'll link to that down in the description below. And can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.